Hey, listen up. We got another episode of Wise Kracks, featuring the crack man himself, Bill Krackomberger, and our co-host, John Orlando, straight from Las Vegas. Wise Kracks is your ticket inside the world of sports betting, with tips, picks, special guests, and more. Only on WSN.com.
Hey everybody, John Orlando here, and you are watching Wise Kracks. I've got the crack man himself with us, Mr. Bill Krackomberger. What's going on, Bill? Another week has gone by. I missed you.
Hey, good to see you. Great to be here. We got a good show on tap, talking about restaurants and food.
I love it. We're talking to my two favorite things today: food and poker. That's all I need.
Absolutely.
That's all I need. Let's talk about the food. We were talking offline about pizza. And I'm sending you a pizza later today for lunch because I said to you, I've got good pizza here. And you were like, pizza in Vegas? Good pizza? No way.
Well, I don't know about this. No, actually, that's the name of the place you said, IDK, right?
Yes, it is. IDK Pizza. Yep. My buddy Ryan Crowley, shout out to Ryan, is the owner and operator, him and his dad over there.
Well, I went to the website and I said, wait, now how can it be there 3 years and I not know about it? I kind of know about all the pizza in town and nothing really spikes my endorphins and gets me going. So maybe, I'm an old school New Yorker.
It might be there even longer.
Wow. But the website looks great. The New York style pizza looks great. So hopefully this lives up to my expectations and what you're talking about. So
now you were a little nervous about sausage because it's not crumbled sausage.
I like the old fashioned crumbled sausage, but that's okay.
But you're gonna like. I only do sausage. I'm a sausage pizza connoisseur.
I like sausage too. Good.
Okay.
All right. We'll see what's happening there. Listen, I love those pizza reviews. I watch a couple different guys. There's 3 of them I watch on Twitter. Not on Twitter. I'm sorry. On YouTube. Of course, the Barstool one. There's another guy from Staten Island, but there's also a third guy that he gets the most hits. I guess because of the network he's on. He's on this, I think it's called Foodies, and they get like 3 million views. You know, Portnoy's getting like 300,000, 400,000. He gets 3 million. But this guy really is on a big network, though, and I love it. He's an Italian kid, and he goes around to different places. The same ones that Portnoy has went to. I like that. I like the Italian kid. I like the guy from Staten Island's Italian. I like that they know their craft too. They know what they're both been chefs. They both know what's up. So I love those things. I'm addicted to them. I go to a lot of those places. As a matter of fact, one of the guys on there, which was a great review, was Santillo's in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which I'm going to be going to at the end of the month here. Al, who follows me on Twitter, we've talked back and forth. And Portnoy gave him a great review on his Barstool pizza review. And it's an old school oven, and it's been there 102 years. His grandfather used to work the oven, then his father, and now him. He's third generation. He's around 65, 70 years old, 65, something like that. Maybe I hope I'm not saying it. I hope he's not 52 and he just looks 65. No, but so Al has talked about this pizza and the way he made it, the way his father made it. And he's the only one that makes it. Nobody else. There's no kids in the kitchen. There's no people he hires. He's the one that does it himself. He's only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I love that style of pizza, so I look forward to going there. And I like visiting these places. So I hope this guy, your friend, lives up to the hype here. And, I don't expect it to be like back east, but I expect it to be the best in Las Vegas.
Okay. All right. I can't wait. So we'll have to do a follow-up next week and see what the results were. Maybe this will be your first pizza review next week.
Yeah.
What are your other spots? Where do you go in this town? Just for what's your go-to lunch spot? What's your go-to dinner spot? You took me to a great place a couple of weeks ago.
We went to Tuscany Grill. Yeah. That's one of them. The Italian American Club. Well, you know what? Let's start with lunch because I'm actually going tomorrow. I'm going to lunch with a friend of mine to one of the places I really like, and I'm actually drawing blank real quick, but I'll hear it. So Cugino's Deli, which is on Maryland Parkway between Trop and Flamingo. Not the safest area, but for lunch it's okay.
That's like wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right across from the college though. If the college kids can go, I
okay.
can go.
And it's Cugino's.
Cugino's.
And it's like deli,
it's like Staten Island deli,
corned beef sandwich type of deal.
Kind of not corned beef, more of like prosciutto and mozzarella, and it's an Italian deli. But I'm sure they would make corned beef maybe once a year for you. But anyway, yeah. So they have like the Cugino specials. What I get, it's the imported prosciutto, mozzarella, roasted red peppers, balsamic vinegar on a nice fresh roll, and that's the idea. The good rolls, good bread. They bake their own bread. I really like that place. And by the way, they have a great Sicilian slice that my wife likes, but also I like what's called the grandma pie. A lot of places don't make that. It's more of the tomato, a little bit thinner than a Sicilian square pie, and they have a fantastic one. So that's some place to go for lunch specials. I also go to Bagel Mania, which is their new location's opening on Convention Center. It's going to be unbelievable. It's giant. It's a real big Jewish deli there. Right now, they're in another bad area. Oh,
yeah, off Paradise, right?
They're let me think of the name of that road now. They're on. It's bad. It's bad. Swenson. I think it's on the corner of Swenson and Twain. Okay. Yeah, it's not good. The area there is
right. Swenson and Twain. Right. Yeah, that's a bad.
Yep.
That's a bad spot.
There's always the police monitors there all the time. But this is where the deli's been for 40 years.
Right.
I walked into that deli one time. It was called Harry's Bagel Mania at the time, and Steve Wynn and Mark Shore were sitting together at a table there, right there, because it's on the same street as the Wynn, right down the street. Mark was the CEO, and they were even going there. So this place,
when you stumble in there and you see Steve Wynn, do you go up and say hi or no?
I didn't say hi. No, I just noticed them in there. By the way, they had a Monday meeting of the minds there. Every Monday they had the same reserved table for 6 or 8 people. One was the CEO of the Westgate. Back then it was called the Hilton. And it was Muhammad Ali's business manager. And it was like Jerry Eisenberg. That's where I met Jerry one time. Wow. Jerry. It's all these guys that were the who's who of Las Vegas back when. Every guy is 70 or older. It was really cool to listen to these guys and come in there, and I got to meet them all. And that's a shame that what happens is Shecky Green was part of them. Shecky was always in there, same table with those guys all the time. I've seen Shecky in there multiple times. And for anyone who doesn't know, there was an old school comedian. I believe he drove his car in the fountains at Caesar's Palace one night, doing a little partying. Wow. And
he's kind of he's the Benny. What's the other guy? The Shecky Green and Benny.
Was another one? I don't know. They opened up for like Sinatra and stuff.
Right.
They were really old.
Henny Youngman. That's
Henny Youngman. Henny Youngman.
It's that same era, right? That same.
Oh yeah. Take my wife, please.
Right.
Yeah. No. Anyway, so that's another place that I go to for a good sandwiches. There's a couple delis in town, but nothing like still back east or even LA, where I'm sure you live there. There was some great delis back there. We really don't have an outstanding.
We had a Carnegie Deli in LA for a long time.
How was it? Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. And then it just went away for some reason. But
we had was it a Carnegie? We had a Carnegie Deli at
you did at MGM.
And we did at MGM. Okay.
In the sports book.
All right, the sports book. That's
for a little while.
I don't think it's there no more. What's the one over at the Mirage? Was that Stage, or there was one at the Mirage?
Stage Deli, and that's gone too now.
That's gone too. That deli's gone too. I don't know if it was Stage or not, but it was a
Stage.
It was. Yeah. It was an Italian deli. It was not Italian, Jewish deli. That was brought here. I don't understand how they don't last. They just seem to only have so many years on leases and just end them up. So there's not really no standout delis that I can think here.
You need one. That's why I said corned beef. I like my corned beef fries,
Let's look at some restaurants though. Let's look at some restaurants.
Okay.
So we're mentioning the Italian American Club on Sahara.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Again, old school place that I absolutely love. The owner took me to the back room and showed me where they made their own little entrance for Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis. All these guys came in. They had a little back room for those guys. Got together and ate there many times. And it's been there for many, many years. Closed down for a while. It's reopened now. Back then, actually, it was in the 60s. It was like a membership-only restaurant where, like I said, any given night you can run into like Sinatra. Let's just face it, the real mob guys that ran the town back then. When I was back there, I said, if only these walls can talk. There was some really cool old school restaurant. Piero's, of course, on Convention Center. It's one of the last of the Mohican style joints. You and I have been there with Jake Ellenberger. The place really has not changed. It's where the movie Casino was filmed. Martin Scorsese rented it out for a week. And, again, it's hosted so many celebrities and stars. Sinatra, presidents, captains of industry, casino owners, the who's who of Las Vegas, who still continue to show up there. So I've been there many times. I love Joe's Stone Crab at the Forum Shops. I think to this day, I'm going to call it the number 1, 2, or 3 top steak in this city.
Really?
I love the steaks at Joe's. I really do. They bring this little seasoning to the table. It's a mixture of different things, coriander, pepper, garlic, sesame seeds. Really cool mixture they bring to the table that you can add to your steak, which is a must. You have to do it. It's just a great steak there. Every time I go there, Tim the Maitre D', who used to work on the original Joe's down in Florida, in Washington, he's still there, treating guests like their family all the time. I always see him. Stone crabs are flowing in all fresh from September to May. Unfortunately, it just stopped. So the stone crab, the fresh stone crab, now they will have them frozen, but I won't eat them frozen. I have to get them fresh. I know you pay more money, but like I said, you get the steaks are unbelievable. Old school tuxedo clad waiters, they're lifers too. You understand? When I hear these people saying, they're not coming back to work and stuff because they're making more in unemployment, not at places like Joe's.
Right. Yeah.
When you get to these fancy steakhouses, a bad night is like 400. Oh man, what are we gonna do? We only made 400 cash tonight. Anyway, so
how about like the Palm? Do you go to the Palm over it?
I do. Matter of fact, the Palm before Joe's opened, that was my to-go spot.
Yeah, my dad loves that place.
Yeah, I had a waiter there. And if your dad probably knows who he is, he was a day oneer. Slater was my guy there. And as a matter of fact, on the menu still is the Slater special on the menu. He was an old lifer from the beginning there. And there was some guys there, Frankie from Philly, Slater. There's a Spanish guy I love there. These guys have been there for years too. And again, very good steak. You're right. I love it's the quintessential steakhouse. They make like a T-bone. It's maybe a porterhouse. It's absolutely unbelievable for the table. And it comes pre-sliced to the table. It's got the filet on one side, of course, the New York on the other side. It's fantastic. And both places now have great cream spinach and their potatoes on the side, classic places. Both of those places, I wasn't going to add the Palm because I kind of forgot about that. I used to always go to the Palm. And it's a chain. So you say, how good can it be? I've been to Palms. I've been to the ones in New York, Washington. I've been to the one in San Diego, LA. I've been to the one in LA by where the Lakers play a couple times.
Yep. It's right across the street, basically.
I absolutely love this one here the best, and that's also one to mention. Let's stick on the steakhouses there. Mastro's at Crystal's Mall. I love that place. I was there 2 nights ago though. It wasn't the best steak. Now some of these places after COVID closure don't return to their former glory. Now I want to tell you, I'm not saying that happened. I'm going to give them another try. Yeah. But, they have
that may be a supplier issue, right? Not even the restaurant. It could be the meat they're getting.
It could be
right now because
hopefully,
it's tough.
Hopefully Tillman is not listening. Tillman Fertitta, who bought all the Mastro's restaurant chains. And but maybe if he is, maybe they'll make sure it's going to be a back up to par. So who knows? So I've actually met Tillman a couple of times. He drove me to one of his restaurants in his car when we were down in Houston together, and then we went on to a Houston Rocket game. It was really nice. He put me around right on the bench with the team. It was really cool. But anyway, so that's another place that, like I said, the appetizers are great. The oysters are great. They're flowing in every day. But the steak was not the same steak I remembered. Now, it could just be an off night, of course.
How about the famous Golden Steer out here? Have you been there?
I've been there. I was there about 10 years ago, and the same booths still are labeled with the names of the celebrities that have been in that booth. I sat in DiMaggio, Marilyn Monroe's, and there's every single table has a name on it like that. And it was good. It was good. But these other now, and it was one of the best at one time, but these other places have maybe overtaken it. But you know what? I am due, like I said, 10 years. I think I'm due another trip to the Golden Steer. Maybe we'll go one night. I'm
in. Holly Madison has a table named after her. A shout out to Holly Madison.
Oh, wow. See what I mean? Oh, God, I can't believe it. I'm an old school guy. Holly Madison has a table there?
Yes.
I expect like Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Tony Orlando.
Yes.
Come on.
What's the new? They have to have some new. They got to add some new.
Oh, Justin Timberlake, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's up at Piero's now. I've seen he's visited Piero's a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Justin, Michael Jordan. There's been a long Piero's got a long list.
I love Piero's.
Of places. Yeah. Michael's. Let's go to Michael's.
Oh, Michael's.
Yeah, I should have said that for last.
That might be the best.
Yeah. Well, actually, it is last on my list.
Yeah,
Michael's.
That might be the best.
Michael's, I love.
It's so pricey.
I love it. Yeah. It's so pricey, though. I know it is.
But I guess that comes with being the best.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the old school Michael's. You know, people that don't know, Michael's was over at the Barbary Coast for years. It was the gourmet restaurant, the gourmet room there, place to go, the really classy place. They actually, when Michael Gaughan sold out, he bought the South Point and he brought the murals over. The same mural, same front door is actually on the restaurant. Same front door. The boots are the same. The waiters and these, I don't know if they're velvet. They look like velvet, suits to me, velvet tuxedos. Yeah. And of course, something we're not talking about though? They give you a complimentary relish tray when you're there. So they give you a tray full of the little pickles, the quail eggs, the different dips and stuff. They give you that complimentary. Also, the same thing with a dessert. They give you some fresh fruit and stuff. They give you to the table, chocolate covered strawberries and stuff. But there's also they have their own flambés and special things. But the offerings there are unbelievable. Yeah. Their fish, I'm not really a fish guy, but I absolutely will get their fish that's done table side.
And on any given night, I don't care what day of the week, you can go in there and it's like Celine Dion's over there.
Sure.
The Maloofs are over here. It's it definitely gets the who's who here in town.
Place is frozen in time. They really are. It's an old school, very intimate, only 15 tables. You go to the restroom and you go to the restroom and you come back and your whole chair is straightened out with a new napkin.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't know that. There's 15 tables. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, no wonder it's an arm and a leg. Yeah.
Attention to detail. The chefs have, like I said, have been there 31 years. It's unbelievable. It's funny. My mom would, when she was alive, I took her to Joe's, and she would say, "Oh, Billy, I can't believe you got 3 waiters on top of us here. I'm not used to that." She was such an old school East Coast person, and this kind of place, she would really feel uncomfortable. They're all over you. You're sitting in these big captain chairs to begin with, though. And but listen, I absolutely love the place, and I know it was closed during the COVID. I don't know if it's open yet. Unbelievably. You and I haven't been there together, and I think we will be, because if not, I'm paying. I don't care. So what? You pay $300-400. We talked about it ahead of time. It's probably about anywhere from 130 to 150 a person in there.
It is, and that's without alcohol. Without alcohol. I don't drink, so it's no big deal.
Me either. Yeah. So, but however, I may be able to get us a comp there. So.
Really?
Yes.
You're speaking my language, Crack. And before we wrap up on the restaurants here, are you a chicken parm guy at all? Because I can.
Sure. I usually have veal parm, but chicken parm's good too. Sure.
Lavo at the Venetian.
Yep.
Have you been over? Or
I have been there.
So it's incredible. And the garlic bread over there, I don't know if you've had it, is incredible.
No, I haven't.
Yes, wow. And it's a very thin, pounded, very thin chicken parm. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's great. So that's one of your spots.
Labo. Yeah. All right. I'm in. Let's do it. I'll tell you, we gave everyone the great restaurants to bet on. Now, let me tell you, if you're going to be making bets, you should definitely download the CrackWinds app on Apple or Google Play, or just go to crackwinds.com. It's got all of the crack wisdom in it. Is that right, Crack?
Yes, absolutely correct. We're chugging along here. Baseball, golf, and WNBA coming up here. Multiple games we give out a day, and it's listen. Long term, I know what I have done. I have bookmakers hiding under their beds, so I'll just tell you that. They hate me. They don't like to pay. I'm not talking about the brick and mortars though. I'm just let me tell you something. They don't like to pay either. They don't like who likes winners. They may say that. I may see these Fugazi signs on the street. Stations Casino, we love our winners. Yeah, you love them so much you throw them out. Me, they threw me out. So why you throw me out? For winning. I don't care what the boys over there say. It's for winning. They have thrown out people that win. That's the facts. So sports books for the most part. They tolerate winners, but you have some like Stations and William Hill that don't accept winners. So,
Crack, I love how you turn to the camera to specifically address those that are afraid of you. I like that, Crack.
Maybe not afraid of me. They're just afraid of anyone that wins long term. They'll take a short term winner because they know he's going to give the money back. But long term, they don't want your business.
You are.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's right.
I like that.
Right.
Well, Crack, listen, we've got another great guest, as we always do week in and week out here on the show. And we sat down a little earlier with a poker legend. And here's how it went.
All right.
All right, Crack, it's that time. We've got I'm going to call him poker royalty. He's absolutely one of my favorite poker players over the years, and it's always good TV when he's on any of those poker shows because he lives up to his nickname. I speak of a 4-time WSOP bracelet champ. I think I have that right, at least. Mike the Mouth Matusow is on the show. How you doing?
Cool.
What up? How's it going?
Thanks for coming on. And look at this poor guy. He just got his second shot. He's in bed, sweating, fever, chills. And here he is coming on our show. I got to give you credit, man. Thanks a lot, Mike. We really appreciate it, man.
When I commit to something, I always stick with it. So.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Again, I'm going to start out something what I told Phil Hellmuth, my dad who passed. We talked about it. I actually texted you, DM'd you on Twitter one time, and you answered back about your dad too. I don't know if you remember, but
yeah, he passed away a year ago.
Yep. So we talked about that. And my dad loved poker though, but he loved watching you guys. He loved watching Phil, loved watching you. You made him turn in. So you made him tune in. I mean, so you really, I want to let you know that people do watch and people appreciate it. My dad was one of them.
I love the fact that Daniel talked all the shit and has got kicked out of him.
We had him on too. We had him on the show also.
Man, I love Daniel. I talk to Daniel 3 days a week, but I told him, I said, you better win, because if not, you're going to get shredded in poker.
Wow. Yeah. He offered, he wanted to bet a lot more on himself. I seen minus $1.39, and he's like, Crack, I'll take $1.39.
That shit went off in that second match. He went off like minus 230.
Oh God.
Like, you can't lay. It's a sit and go. Nobody, there is not one player, not one professional is more than $1.35 favorite over the other. They're just not.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. I thought Phil played amazing the second match. I mean, take away the mistake he made with the 6-4 early, but other than that, like the last 4 hours, it was, dude, he
deserves some credit too for that. A lot of amongst his peers, Phil told us this. He goes, Bill, amongst my peers though, I'm not accepted as a really good cash player or play.
Well, he's not. You know what I'm saying? And he's not a very good cash player. So. It's and I don't like saying it because he gets mad at me. We're really close, but like he's literally probably the best 40 big blind or less player in the world and tournament player. Like I will take Phil Hellmuth 40 big blinds or less over anybody in the world in tournament poker.
Wow. Why is that?
Because he just so the new style, right, with the real deep stacks, right? It's really math based. There's so much math based to bet sizing and the thing is they've turned tournament poker kind of into cash game poker. That's why you're seeing a lot of the cash game specialists winning tournaments. So, but the thing is no matter how deep the stacks are, by day 3 of a 1500 or day 5 of the main event, nobody has, it's 50 big blinds or less poker. And so Phil is really good at sensing weakness, and he attacks it really well. And I actually believe that the way me and Phil Hellmuth think about tournament poker is the right way. I mean, we don't believe in all the math stuff, because you could be, let's just say the pot's laying you 5-1 and you're 3-1 dog in the tournament, right? So like in a cash game, it's just snap call, right? But in a tournament, you're still 3-1 dog. I don't care what the pot's laying you 10-1, because if you lose that 3-1 dog, you're out of the tournament. You see what I'm saying? And so Phil thinks like I do, is like I was going to write a book called The Art of Extraction, right? And we believe that tournament poker is all about manipulating blinds and antes, moving your chips around, keeping your stack slowly growing without really ever playing a hand. And then hopefully when you pick up a real hand, you get it in, 4-1 favorite. That's what Phil's just believes that. And I believe that with him. So, I mean, I didn't play a no limit tournament since 2011 until 2018 at the LAPC. Right. And Phil put me in. That was when I was really struggling really badly. And I finished 27th, and I got really unlucky. And I literally believed that. And I hadn't played a no limit tournament except for the main event. That's all I played so I played 6 in 7 years. And I truly believe there was like 2 people who played better than me, literally 2. And, Phil kept saying for years, why you don't play any no limit? You're still the best. He really, likes the way I play no limit. And now, since the pandemic hit, I've been playing like all no limit on the app. And, I got a couple private games I get into, and I just been crushing, wow. I literally believe like my no limit game is where it was in 2005, maybe better,
wow, that's great.
It took me a lot of years to get back there. And I do, but the difference between me and Phil is I think it's very important to learn all the GTO stuff, because it's real. You need to know what everybody else is doing. So if you learn it all, you're going to know what everybody else is doing. And I'm very open to that, where Phil is very, very, he's set in his own ways. He's like, I know this about no limit hold'em, and I don't give a fuck. The way they're teaching all these kids is wrong. And maybe he's right, because, he keeps just beating everybody. He's beating all the best in the world. And I know it's a small sample, and he came back against Daniel, and that was real lucky. But I mean, anybody thinks that he didn't dominate that second match is just crazy.
Wow.
Even with his flawed mechanics, he still was able to just really attack what he thought was weakness. And, when you got a guy like raising 10x, right? And you start playing big bet poker, big bet poker really overcomes the small ball GTO. You put him in, like he put Daniel in so many tough spots. It was unbelievable. And so, again, people say, "Oh, Phil's weak, Phil's tight." I mean, I loved how he played. I mean, he's like he doesn't think he played that good because of the mistakes he made in the first hour. But I'm like, take away the first hour, bro. I'm like words you made like one tiny small mistake with the queen 3 versus 3s. But then again, if the 3 don't come on the turn, maybe he just wins it right then and there. So yeah, I thought he played good.
What do you do? What do you do day to day? What's your day to day routine now? You said you're playing no limit. Are you playing on the app and you're here in Vegas?
I play. This is my life right here, my iPad.
Okay.
I play on an app called Poker RRR.
Yep.
And I play in an unranked game there. I also I run my own private game online.
Oh, cool.
1-2 no limit and PLO. With all my fans, pretty much. A lot of I rake very little. I run a tournament every Sunday, $100
Nice.
buy-in tournament, rake free.
Wow.
The last 3 weeks, I've even added $1,000. Only thing is I've won it 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I've won it in the last 5 weeks. I got 3 firsts and 3 thirds.
Wow.
Right. And we get about 20 to 30 people every week,
Nice.
but it's like, it's a small, listen, I'm not looking to make lots of money. You know what I'm saying? I run the room. I give back half the money I make to keep the players in action, the losing players. And I get my bills paid from this game. And
Sure.
it's like, I charge $1,000 an hour, to show up somewhere. And so, I make like a couple grand a week, and I play with these guys like 5 hours a week. So they're getting me for like $400 an hour, to play with. So, it's
Very
like,
nice.
it's a small thing. I listen, I could have closed it a million times. I mean, I'm not making much money. I mean, I'm doing it because they love me and they love playing with me. And, then when they play me in these tournaments, they knock me out, they get $100 bonus, and
Ooh, a little bounty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bounty. Yeah. And so they like doing that. So, So I thought, for everybody that's listening out there, if anybody wants to play my 1-2 no limit home game, we have 1-2 hold'em and PLO. You can email mouthpoker@yahoo.com. So mouthpoker@yahoo.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
John?
I'm coming in. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you can see this, if you can read that, but I'm coming for you this year in the main event. Okay. I'm coming for you, Matusow. I'm coming. Orlando's coming.
2019 main event. I told myself how I was going to play and what I didn't do right, like the 3-4 years before. And listen, it's like the only tournament you just never have to bluff. You just play really straightforward poker. And I finished like 199 in 2019. Wow. But
big paycheck.
Why is it the one tournament you never have to bluff?
Because people just suck. You know what I mean? The point is like, if you get to day 5, okay, the human brain is not meant to play poker 16 hours a day, 5 days a week. And people who've never been there before, you watch them just crack right in front of your eyes. You know what I mean? Wow. They just crack, So it's like, I'm was a little disappointed the way it went at the final hand, but it's, I thought I made a small mistake, but, it's tough, man. It's tough, especially when you're my age, like I never thought somebody over 40 would ever win the World Series again. And the one guy who won it in 2019, the older guy, the 53-year-old got 54, but he works out 7 days a week for 3 hours a day. Wow. That's like a rarity. And that's why he was able to, it's just so hard for a regular person to go through 7-8 days. One mistake and you're out. That's it.
Let me ask you this. Will the main event this year be played without us wearing masks?
Yes.
You think?
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Wow.
100%. 100%, because they've already took down the partitions and all in half the casinos out here.
Yeah.
The plastic partitions. I just think that the COVID's about 60 days away from really being pretty burned out. They got 280 million people vaccinated, man. Like where's the COVID going to go? You know what I mean?
Right.
There's only 340 million. So like they only need they'll be able to get herd immunity with maybe another 20 million people,
Right.
So I just don't, I think it's going to be normal,
Have you played it all when they did have the partitions? It's horrible.
Oh, I play with the partitions. It's horrible.
It's awful, right?
It's awful because you can't talk to anybody. You can't have a conversation. It's very tough to. It's easy to play poker, but it's just you can't have a conversation with anybody.
Right.
So it's like if they're talking, you're like you can't really hear them from partitions. I got used to it, but I was just waiting to get vaccinated so I don't have to really worry about it anymore. Because like my underlying conditions, the last thing I needed to do was get sick.
Are you in Vegas full time or most of the year?
Yeah.
Okay. Our episode today.
I'm really debating about. I have a 19-year-old cat that I love so much, but he just recently got sick in the last couple of days, and I'm a little bit worried about him. And I've been taking care of him the last few days, but he got a tumor in his ear and it's cancerous. So I got a specialist I'm going to on Sunday, and he's been a little bit quiet the last few days. I could see that he's not doing well. So, but I'm thinking about moving to. I said was thinking about moving to Texas when the day comes that he passes away, because I don't want. He's 19. I don't want to move him that far. But the poker in Texas is really good right now.
Really
good. Yeah, and I've got a.
There's no casinos there though, right?
It's local. Got to be local games.
No, they're all. They got a new law. Like you pay $10 an hour on this card. They don't rake. They just pay an hour to play.
Right.
And they've opened up, like Johnny Chan owns one of the biggest card. It's called 50.
Down in Houston?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's like I actually got a deal where I'm playing on 2 live streams, June 9th through the 12th. And I got to make, and then I'm also doing another one in Dallas for Heroes for Hold'em, a charity poker event for single moms, like 8 of the probably top 30 players in the world. We're playing a sit and go for a single mom, and if the winner, the single mom gets her mortgage paid off in her house.
Oh wow!
Going to be on paper. Going to be a pay-per-view event.
Now it's virtual, or you're still going to stay in Vegas doing that?
No. That's in Texas. I'm going down. I'm going there. Yeah, that's in August.
You're actually going. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an animal lover, so you got me there, man.
I've been so devastated by my cat being sick.
Oh, man.
He's my boy. I've had him I'm 53. I've had him 19 years. I've had him like over a third of my life.
I'm a cat guy too. My cat just turned 10, so I get it, man.
We're animal lovers,
I got 2 11-year-olds, a 12-year-old, 19-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh,
the
wow.
1-year-olds.
Wait, you have four cats?
5.
Wow.
5. Now, what do you do when you travel, Mike? Is there someone going to watch them?
The guy who runs my podcast, Danny Egelhoff, he lives literally 2 blocks over from me.
Oh, good.
So he comes over and takes care of the cats. And,
good.
Does a lot of shit for me. He's a good guy.
Cool. So you are in Vegas. Our episode today, we were talking about some of my favorite restaurants here in town and some of the best pizza places, if there is any. And any favorite spots that you can recommend for us? I actually had a Greek joint yesterday. It was pretty good.
What kind of food?
Any kind of food. Doesn't matter. We talked about Piero's. We talked about Michael's.
There's an Italian restaurant called Ventano's out close to where I live. It's the best Italian restaurant in town.
Oh, I got to write it down. What's it called?
Ventano's. Yeah, Ventano's.
Where is that?
It's out in Green Valley.
Oh, that's where I am. Okay.
Yeah, it's out in Green Valley on Arroyo Grande.
Oh, right. I passed it.
Arroyo Grande and Horizon Ridge.
There's a nice patio area, right?
Yeah.
Outside? Yeah.
Here's my 1-year-old. Come here, little guy.
Crack, take a bite of that pizza right now. Where's that pizza?
Gizmo. Come here, Gizmo.
All right.
Come here, Gizmo.
Oh, I love the name.
I love that you have a cat named Gizmo.
I love the name.
He's a funny boy. Come on, Bubba.
Does he have big ears?
No, he doesn't want to say hi. He might come
No, he's camera shy.
Yeah,
they all get along, Mike. You got 5 cats together at different age groups.
Gizmo chases my poor little girl.
Yeah,
and she gets so upset. So I have to put her in the room. I put her in the room for like a month straight with a gate in front, and now they're getting along better. So now I let the gate open, and they only fight maybe once or twice a week. But it was so brutal before. Ever since my little boy, he got a little bit older, and I had to get him fixed, right? So the testosterone started to hit him because you have to wait like 7 months to fix him. And I waited like 8.5, and the testosterone started hitting him, and he just started going crazy again.
Wow.
Gizmo, what are you doing?
Mike, do you bet on sports? Are you a sports betting guy?
No. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
My little 1-year-old.
He's a big guy. 1 year. So look how big he is.
He's bigger than all my cats. He's only 1.
Wow. He's trying to get away.
So big. Look how big. He's like a bobcat. I joke around.
He is.
Yeah.
So big.
Wow. John says that because Phil said something really good about sports betting involving you. He says, listen, I go to Matusow every year for my team futures to over under. And he told us you gave in Miami. He told us.
Listen, I quit betting sports 4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. And, but when I say I quit betting, I used to bet 5, 10, 20, 30,000, whatever a game. Yeah. I've made 12 NBA bets this year for $1K. Out of all the games, I won 11 of them.
Wow.
But that's just because I'm sports is unbeatable. But if you find situations, and a lot of there were so many back-to-backs this year with the COVID. So there were certain teams that were struggled on like the front end of the back-to-back. Like the Clippers lost like 8 straight front ends of a back-to-back and won all 8 of the second.
Wow.
Yeah. And so like there was a lot I followed the West Coast team. So it's like I wasn't looking to make money. If I see something I liked it.
But Phil said he made money off you with the season win totals. He said it goes to you.
We talk every year. We've been we pick like 5 futures, and we've gone 3-2 or 4-1 every year.
Yeah,
he
said you.
Like my biggest play for him last year was Miami.
He said Miami over 5 wins, and they won like 10.
Yeah, they were 5, and they won like 11 or 10 or something. That.
No,
so that was.
Said that. Do you bet that though? Will you bet that future? Do you have something to root for all year?
No, I didn't bet any futures. I just bet like 10,000 on each one.
That's what he said. He said, I can't believe I only bet 10 grand. He's like, I want to bet more. And you have to, But we really appreciate you coming on, Mike, especially in the condition you're in. You sound better now than you did 20 minutes ago.
Well, the fever started to break. I started sweating. Once the sweating started, because my whole body hurt. About right when you called, it was like it started to break.
So the Wise Kracks podcast cured you today. Really,
Yeah,
is what
got you
happened.
going.
Yeah, you guys did good for me.
Good, man. Good. You're
Like I said, listen, things are good. I'm playing
Yeah.
poker at a really high level. I do need to work on my mixed games before the World Series, and I'm going to probably do that in a month or two. But when you're just winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, do you really want to get in a 4-800 or 2-400 mixed game and lose 20,000? Because,
right.
like, don't get me wrong, like the best mixed game players in the world just win all the time. But not being sharp, I just don't want big losing streaks, because what I'm doing now is
it's working.
Listen, the thing is when you're really dealing with all the ups and downs of poker, it's brutal. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like if you get yourself in a spot where it's 85% on the up, it really takes a lot of stress out of your life. You know what I mean? And listen, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate that Phil got me in a couple of good games. A couple people got me some more good games. So I got like 4 or 5 games to choose from every day.
Wow.
And COVID's about 2-3 months away from being over, and then it's I'll have to go play live.
What do you want to promote? How about the podcast? Where can we find your podcast?
Yeah. So if you want to watch my podcast, I do my podcast either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday every week. The Mouthpiece Podcast. And you can go anywhere, Spotify or anywhere, Apple Pay, whatever.
Oh, great.
Check it out.
And what about poker? Are you on poker sites? Can we find you on something or?
Nah. I mean, I play in a lot of private sites, small. I didn't realize that there was hundreds of like internet poker online sites. People are like, that's where all the money is. I didn't even know that people even played online anymore, but they have a lot of private sites that, you have Poker Bros, you got King's Club, you got.
I heard of King's Club. Yeah. I didn't know there was many sites either. I thought there was like 2 of them. Yeah, I didn't really know.
Yeah. I mean, those are the 2 biggest ones, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of politics in poker, a lot of politics. And so like when you do get yourself in a home game, it's, you got to appreciate it, and you have to, you got to treat it with respect, because there's a lot of people that would die to get in some of the games I get in.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, people don't realize poker isn't about being the best player. It's about playing in the best games. So if you're always top 3 players in every game, how are you going to lose? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, they like say, wow, Phil can't beat all the best players. Well, Phil doesn't need to beat all the fucking best players. Why does he? Does he need to play Jake Schindler and Jason Kuhn and Darren Elias every day? Why? It's not about playing the best. Poker's about playing people that are worse than you. That's what poker's about. That's period. There ain't nothing else beside it. Game selection, money management. That's it. I mean, we got a guy in our game that's like a 3 out of 10 as a poker player, and he's up like 600,000 over a year because he plays he just plays nitty straightforward, and he'll never take more than a 10K loss in a day. So he's like, he just takes lots of small losses, and then, I mean, so it just goes to show you, like, you don't even have to be that good, but you have to be, you just got to be one of the best players in the game. It's just like, and it took me a lot of years. I didn't figure that out till about 2008. So the first 12 years of my career, I didn't realize that. But, then I realized that, poker's about staying when you're playing good and winning, and leaving when you're playing bad and losing. Everybody, they get stuck. They play for days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's the opposite. You gotta, when you're playing good and winning, people fear you. When you're losing, people just come after you. So, you just can't, it's just, it's something that I learned like 12 years ago. And it's, Phil's really helped me in my money management, like really helped me. So,
that's great.
What a friend to have. Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, Phil's a little nuts, but I'm nuts too. You know what I mean? So, it's good to he's been really good to me. People want to say, like, he gets mad at me sometimes that I don't appreciate him, but I do. I do. But he don't. You have to stroke his ego every day and tell him how much you love him every day. If you miss one day, he gets a little mad at you, but he's all right. We get along good.
Oh, really cool. Really
That's
cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. This was really great.
Hey, Mike, thank you very much, man.
You're very welcome.
Feel better. Wow, Crack, I can talk poker all day long. That was incredible. Love having Mike the Mouth on the show.
Yes, very blunt guy, which I like too. And he has his own podcast, and I think I'm going to be on there. He asked me to be on there, so it's going to be cool. And, I have to tell you, these guys that like that now, like there's new up and coming guys. I don't know them. I don't know I guess there's one Doug Polk. I don't know these Doug Polks of the world, and I know and I'm told he's a good guy. They're not the guys I grew up with on poker when I was younger. I used to play a lot of poker. Matter of fact, my first back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I played a lot of poker. I was in a World Series main event, actually cashed, came in 177th. And it was so grueling, though. Wow, days and days of going on and just trying.
Is that why you stopped? Why did you stop?
It's a young man's game. It's a young man's game, and it just seems like the Euro players are so good, and these kids are so good, and it requires a lot of stamina, physical, mental. I think the ROI is, for me, if I was to play, would be a more of a cash game. I like playing limit hold'em, not no limit hold'em, but high limit hold'em. Down back east at the Borgata, 40-80 is a really high game, or pretty high game. They go to 81-60, or out west, out at Commerce, they play 100-200, which is a really high level game. And I just enjoy that I can quit when I want. I'm not.
But wait,
I don't like scheduled pressure. I don't like no scheduled pressure.
Scheduled pressure.
Yes.
Wait, wouldn't it be fun if we both played the main event this year?
No, I'm not doing it.
No, he says no.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. But
all right.
Anyway,
fine, fair enough. Well, okay, I'll tell you what's fun, Bill, is for when you go over to WSN.com, that is fun because you can turn that into money, which you like, because they've got all of the ins and outs of the sign-up bonuses that you always speak of. Do they not?
Yes, for sure, John. One of the really cool things I like about doing this show is I get to promote a site that I actually use. So I like going there for the articles. It's a gold mine, really, for advantaged gamblers. So like I said, the articles, the links, the promos, all the best online sports books. Some of these bonuses they're running, like I talk about them crazy. I know I just like a broken record. I love the bonuses on WSN. And some of them you can only get there, nowhere else. So make sure you check out WSN.com. Great articles, great features, and of course check those bonuses out in your jurisdiction.
Fair enough. And what you could probably do, those of you listening, is you can go to WSN.com. You can get your sign-up bonus, and you can bet it all of your sign-up bonus. You see where I'm headed here, Crack? Do you see where I'm headed?
Yeah.
You're cringing already. You can bet your entire sign-up bonus on Cody Garbrandt this weekend. Cody Garbrandt stepping back into the UFC octagon against Rob Font. I think he's pretty much even money, which probably also makes you cringe. Will you bet on an even money fighter or no?
Oh, I'll bet on anything. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Underdog, favorite, even money. It doesn't matter, really. What's funny, John? You mentioned that there are some strategic ways to bet bonus money. There are. And believe it or not, the sharper guys tell me that, and I understand the reasons why, the implied odds on a free bet. You're looking to bet something like maybe 2-1, 3-1, a longer shot. Instead of just betting something even up, you're better off betting a big dog or something that you really think has a shot to win, and it's a little bit better than just betting something straight up. So anyway,
it's like a free roll on a big payout.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. So then, with that said, that's to your point. I was actually going to ask you for advice. So Cody Garbrandt is even money. Mm-hmm. I believe, assuming he's going to win, it's going to be by knockout. I didn't look and see what it is by knockout, what the prop bet is, but it's probably 3-1, 4-1.
Yeah, you're going to take good money.
I should just bet that then, right?
Probably the way. It's the way to take advantage of one of these free bets for sure. And by knockout, if you think so, sure. But I always like to bet a little bit on that, like and kind of hedge my bet. Bet them for the fight. Bet a little peanut, maybe 10 or 20% of that on that knockout. This way, you don't just lose money if he doesn't knock him out and wins by another way. So.
And that is the difference between someone that does this professionally and folks like myself, right? That's the big mistake we make is I so many times call it right, but bet it wrong.
Oh, wow.
Does that make sense?
That's a bad problem though.
Right.
If you're calling it right, you have to make money. You have to. You're saying bet it wrong. No, you have to make money there. You have to lock up a profit if you're going to call it right. So that's a good thing to think about. It's
okay to make even money on your bet. And it's okay to lay a little bit to make a little less than even money on your bet.
Yep. For sure.
words of wisdom from the Crack Man.
Cool.
All right, Crack. Well, this was fun. Let's do it again next week. What do you say?
Absolutely. Enjoyed it. Thanks, John. And thanks for the listeners and followers out there. We really appreciate your support.
We'll see you next week on Wise Kracks.